you asked me previously, and I mentioned the project that the last one that I created and which lasted 36 months through the COVID pandemic. This project, I created it in 2019 because I had attended a training in Prague about learning to learn. Learning to learn is a key competence within Europe for young people. And that is exactly what you are mentioning now. It is the awareness of how you learn. And it goes into a lot of other areas in your life, which you mentioned, into emotions and into the way you live and into the way that you relate with other people, because it branches out as well. It's part of education in neuroscience, which I know is trying to be promoted here. So in a nutshell, learning to learn is called metacognition, and it can be taught even from primary school. So we can actually teach pupils at primary school to be aware of the way they learn and how to study for that. From very, very young. There is research that shows that they can do that. But we don't teach students how to study. They need to discover it by themselves. That takes time. And if they do, because if you ask me, if I know my best way of studying, I would tell you that I haven't figured it out completely. And I've studied now, because I took university at 50, I started university again. So anyway, and I'm still studying now, because now I'm studying for another course.
Okay, all right.
So still, I would tell you, and I've researched about this, and I've coordinated a project with young people from Malta and Italy about learning to learn. And I can still tell you, if I had to apply it for myself, I'm still discovering. But I know, because I've tried it, and it took me time. But if we give students, if we teach metacognitive skills, they're called, and they're transversal, so they can go, they're not context, they're general. They can go from one context to another. So if I know how to relate or how to learn in one context, which is school, I can easily take it into my work context, into my social life, into my family life. But with these skills and the methods and the tools to learn, they can have a toolbox of study methods and tools that they can use even from primary school. And these are things that are now. So they don't have to be technology. So knowing how to use a mind map. Tell me primary school? Yes, of course, why not? That have 4 branches only. It's still a mind map. A mind map for biology, I was talking to students where I work, has like 10 branches, and those branches open up even more. But the concept is there. So using flashcards, for instance, for revision, using, believe it or not, highlighting and summarizing is something that we do, but research shows that it's not effective for long-term learning. So why are we doing this still? You know? So these skills can be taught and can be embedded in a lesson, you know, as hints. So they don't have to be separate, but like that, it's like, okay, what worked before, even metacognitive thinking, if the teacher, while she's teaching, explains aloud, what have we done similar to this before? Okay, that. What can we use from it? What can we change? That is the skill. And that in itself develops even neurons. You know, you make connections in your brain, which is a wonderful thing, because your brain can make new connections all the time. That's why we improve. And with students that are so young, it becomes even more effective. So, and then they take it up. So this toolbox of study tools and methods, they continue to take it up. Trying, adapting, learning, listening to videos. I used to study listening to videos because I used to have to clear up the house. Most of my stuff most of the time. But you know, I'm not studying. I had a student now a couple of months ago who told me, you know, miss, I don't have the patience to sit down and study for 3 hours. And he was like pacing up and down. And I said, okay, who said that you have to sit down for 3 hours to study? And he's pacing. And he said, well, we have to sit down to study. I told him, no. Why? I told him, that's vintage, like me. It's a vintage idea to sit down to study for 3 hours. No. You have notes, you record them. Listen to them. If you have a YouTube video, but you need time, look for it, listen to it. Do other things. You like movement? Okay. Go for a walk. But study in the meantime. If you're on a flight, put your notes on. You know, learn as you're doing something else, so you don't have to sit down. Oh, really? You told me? It never occurred to me. I told him, yes. You don't have to write notes. You can say them. You've got your mobile. It's so handy. It's a tool. There's a lot of different ways. Like I told you before as well, my son, he uses an immersive reader. So he's doing something else and he's reading an academic paper. Well, the computer is reading it.
Yeah.
All these things. So those, I think, would help all students, not only those with learning difficulties.
It's a mindset, though.
Yes, of course.
We have to teach the people the mindset of a self-explorative journey. So you need to be
Yes.
willing to go through the
Exactly.
journey to explore yourself, and to learn new stuff about yourself.